Yes, g'day guys. You're watching Rage Trade Sundays, and there are some Rage trades to be had. Of course, you're watching the 7 tackle set. I'm Braino with Mattrix and Whisperer to talk through all things around 4. Mattrix, how are you, mate? What's happening?
Went to the Broncos game. That was an absolute banger, and especially watching some of the other games a bit later on. It was probably one of the games of the round outside of that Cowboys Storm game. So, we're stoked to get to go to it, and got to watch a lot of footy on the weekend, and I feel like we all went pretty well, to be honest. How are you, Josh?
Not too bad, my friend. Not too bad. Kicking along. No West Tigers games for me this week. Wish I had the opportunity to go to NZ, but no, it's a good week. It's a good week when 7 tackle set get, I'd say 6 points, but it's really only 4 points because we only support 2 teams on this show. But no, good week. I got the clown wig with this week, and shows you how little confidence I have in ever losing, because I don't have one prepared. But yeah, it must be a fake week with me getting the clown. But the crown for the first time this year.
Hang on.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, please.
Whips
please.
it out.
I can't watch it. It makes me sick.
It does. How you, mate?
Suck it. Yeah, I'm well. Look, and it's a crown, but it's 28 points between all 3 of our scores, so it's pretty congested. And I think looking across my leagues, there's a lot of the same. Usually kind of go to the better leagues, and when I'm looking at that Insight A league, the $250 league, there's a lot of 1200s, a lot of 1300s across the board, and I'm expecting a lot of the same from people in the comments as well. We're starting to see some scores come through: a 1342 from Paul Walter, 1386 from James, 1308 from Corey. So yeah, a lot of those bigger scores this week. So maybe not as much of a moving week as we thought, but I'm going to take the crown because that also puts me in the lead for the most crowns of the season. Who would have thought? Probably still the worst rank. Actually, definitely still the worst rank. Yeah. Meaningless crowns is what I'm here for this year. I'm going to accumulate them as much as I can, but it was a good week. Guys, we are live, of course. So let us know in the chat how you went. Of course, let us know who let you down and who went massive this week. If you took a pod option, throw it in the chat. Let us know how you went. And of course, we'll be talking through the games and giving you our takes as well. But let's have a chat about how we went, hey?
How'd we do? It's time for Scores on the Doors.
Josh, kick us off, mate. 1274, still respectable score, still majority of your wins in head-to-head, I think?
Yeah, 10 out of 13. So maybe a better week than I first thought. And obviously, yeah, you were alluding to it before about big scores in the chat, but I do feel like people will only post big scores. Like, I'm not seeing people put, I got 1,000 this week, which is fine. Like, that's cool. So yeah, I would imagine at 2,300 rank, I probably will not move a whole lot, maybe up a couple hundred, down a couple hundred, but nothing major, which is good in a week where I was really, really hampered and relying on guys like Daniel Atkinson and CLE Fairmani. Happy to get a near 1,300. Could have been better. I think optimal wise, it's like 30 points better by like playing Pezzett and then captaining Cleary over far longer, but not the end of the world, mate. 1274 for my boys off the back of my first boost this week.
Trades throughout the week, what'd you end up doing?
So I did Fairmani to Val, and then had to switch to Val late. I did Ryan Couchman to Reece Walsh, and Payne Haas to Taniela Paseka. Was very much looking at Alex Twal. I just thought, Paseka will get me 55 and Twal will get me 65. So I'll save 100K, and then, yeah, it went badly. But can't complain. Paseka's not in my best 18 every week. But, yeah, did Haas out to Paseka, did Ryan Couchman out to Reece Walsh, and then did Setu to Valentine Holmes.
Matty, middle ground. I got you by 6 points in the end, thankfully, but pretty solid week. Green Arrows, mate. How'd you go?
Yeah, started from the bottom and we're in the middle. But I mean, like, I traded Leo out, so I still feel like I'm a step ahead of you guys somehow. I mean, swap 2 out for Fairmani. That's great. He scored 31 more points than he did. But yeah, just sort of got the probably difference, if I remember correctly, Braino, you don't have Crichton, so I had Crichton's 35. Had to play Fairmani for his 31. Macca for his 35. And yeah, everybody else went really well. Get out of my face, Ho, 116. That was good. Reid Marnie was the one that I didn't play. Again, stoked with that. I played Fairmani instead of Reid Marnie, and I mean, yeah, he's just been marinating on my bench there. But yeah, I've got heaps of suspended guys and everything. So yeah, we were a bit short this week, but everyone performed. I brought in Jacko forward. I was probably a bit mid with that, but what do you do?
Yeah, I do have Crichton, but there's a couple of differentials there. But I did the same thing. I brought Jackson Ford in for Payne Haas. I was just concerned a little bit around that. That's ongoing issue. I think they used 2022 as an example on the podcast during the week, and it concerned me a little bit. So I can have my kids.
Shout out Cam McGregor, super chat. He said, "How can I have my kids?" Absolutely. I posted on Instagram, boys, that I'm very howny today. This afternoon, just got a bit telly watching Aaron Mahal. Like, what a guy! Shout out to Cameron for the super chat. Thank you, my friend, and shout out to Aaron Mahal.
Yeah,
he's
huge.
He's a hoe bag. It's Aramaho, so he's a hoe bag.
Oh, ho, yes, ho. Yeah, I'm a honey as well. Yes.
Yes, love it. I ended up captaining Nathan Cleary. I think that's probably what got me over the line this week compared to you guys. So, yeah, I know you guys went with Farlongo. I ended up going with Cleary. So there's the difference right there in terms of our scores. So for the most part, we're all looking pretty good this week. But okay, so I ended up doing
this episode is very off the cuff. I want to ask, because I was offline for most of the week. What's marinating? Why are we marinating? What have I missed? Like, because I step away from the podcast for 3 days, and I feel like we've lost all professionality on this show.
First of all, just making up words now. Professionality. But no, I don't want to talk about it. Look what you've done. You've now fucking brought it up again.
Okay, so I'll let Brandon talk about his team before I explain about marinating. But it's just about just sitting a player on your bench and you're not super excited about it. But let's just sit him on the bench and let him marinate. Maybe he'll turn into something really good that you want, Josh. And I tell you what.
I saw this AI slop of Payne Haas looking like Huey from the cooking show in the Discord.
Brano, yeah, that was good. But Brano hated when I used the word marinate and moist. And because it was just the two of us, I did it a lot. So yeah. Everybody in the chat. I see him still in the chat. We're getting amongst it.
Yeah. It's. I didn't have anyone to back me up on the marinating slop that was being thrown around, so it was rough. It was a tough week without you. Yeah. You were on one, that's for sure. Back to my team. I did Haas to Ford. What else did I do? I did Fayamani that ended up being 2 to Val Holmes, and I did Keeney to Walsh. So Keeney to Walsh ended up being all right. I was a bit nervous about that, but I'm going to take it. And the chats, I might have to close the chat for a little bit because it's just popping. Yeah, it's popping off, which is great.
The chat loves to get around me. Bring it, guys.
That's what Sundays are for. That's what the Sunday Rage Trade's for. Yeah, absolutely. But let's move into the first segment of the show, the Heroes and Zeros.
Heroes and Zeros.
All right, Heroes and Zeros. Josh, kick us off, mate. Who was the hero for the week for you?
Oh, the hero, our Lord and Savior, and my rage trade, Isaiah Papali'i, had to hold him because Payne Haas got injured. I was so set on trading him this week, so I'm very glad that he did do well. He scored 102 points. Obviously Nathan Cleary as well. It was annoying. I didn't get to watch the game live, but I just had you and Aman blowing up our group chat saying how many points he was shooting at for fun. And it was a very nervous watch when I saw Fa'alongo on 7 points at the 35th minute mark for my captaincy. As for my zero, mate, I've got another soundbite to play.
Charles, who you got? Yeah. Is he playing in China or Japan? We need to be specific. Guangdong Tigers.
Shaq was actually talking about Reid Marnie there. People will say it was actually Aaron Brooks, but no, that's just an AI video. It's actually Reid Marnie Shaq's talking about. How do you play 65 minutes and score 19 points playing hooker? That is diabolical. Moses Leo scored more than that playing 70 minutes. He played center. It's just, brother, I don't know what to do with hooker. It's like, do you find the 300K and go to Brayley? Do you go to Robson because he was kind of crap this week? Or do you just go early to Cheese and pray that he has a role because it just feels so gross.
Brother, what's that?
I don't think we played that this year. So it could be the first brother of the season. And Reid Marnie deserves it. Rough. Mattrix. Heroes and Zeros, mate. Who's your hero for the week?
Yeah, get out of my face, ho. Seriously. When everybody needed him, come in with a -17 break even. I saw lots of chat about people not bringing him in because he's just a front rower from the Titans. And Araho was unreal today. Honestly, if he passed that to Keeney, I would have won the week. So I should be off him that last line break. But yeah, no, you got to respect the game. Everybody thought he was passing it. I thought he was passing it. Gutho thought he was passing it. Just had a ripper game, and to be honest, was probably the difference between St. George and the Titans today. It was the toilet bowl of matchups, and yeah, Araho comes in at a 235k special to be dropping hundreds. Yeah, this is Jermaine Hopgood areas from a couple years ago.
Cameron McGregor wants more WWE chat, and I can give you another niche reference. Shout out to 1980s wrestler The Godfather and the Ho Train. That's us three tonight. We're all on the Ho Train, so big RMO podcast.
Mattrix is sitting there going, yeah, doesn't watch WWE.
No, he's got no idea. Big Godfather
WWE.
guys.
Yeah,
He's a hoe bag. I'm sure he's a NPC in Yakuza 3 or something. But my
who's his zero?
You know what I'm gonna say? Do you want to know who is my zero this week? Seto 2. Because
he forced you to play for money.
Tyrell Sloan on his first touch goes and scores, standing in exactly the same spot he should be. After doing fuck all fucking year. I have to play Faimani, and he is fucking dog shit. And then, like, the best thing about Faimani is he could probably turn up to a fancy dress party and people think he's Brian Toll. That's the only thing that he can do. But yeah, no, Seto 2, I had to drop him. I had to play Faimani. Faimani shit. Seto 2, just hold your spot in the worst team in the league. Genuinely.
Brano, before you give your heroes and zeros, I just want to give another zero to SC Whisperer, because in round 3, his buy, hold, and sell avoid. His avoid was Tanner Boyd, and I believe his avoid this week was Tom Jenkins, who, as James wants to tell me, has scored 10 tries in 4 games this year off the back of another 100. I believe there is a stat floating around that Thomas Jenkins has scored more points than the Bulldogs.
I'd believe it, because the Bulldogs attack looks awful.
I think he has scored more points. I think he scored 40 points this year, and the Bulldogs have maybe scored like 37 or something like that. Like,
I think there's a stat going around as well that Tom Jenkins has scored the most tries to start the season in the first 4 games since like 1980 or something like that. So like he's had a red hot start. We also last week, people were asking questions about Thomas Jenkins. You're not the only one that said he was a void. We all just said, I'm not paying $700K for Tom Jenkins. And we're going to be it's going to be the year where everybody paid overs for Sifa Talakai all over again. Because people are going to be breaking their teams apart to get $800K Tom Jenkins.
You know what? I wasn't paying $700K for Tom Jenkins. I'm doubling down. I'm not paying $800K for Tom Jenkins either.
It's a bit like that. My hero is the only guy who got over 100 for me, aside from Aramaho, is Nathan Cleary, and kind of earmarked this matchup against the Eels, like day matchup, 5:30, CommBank. Usually points are scored there. The Eels concede the most points in the comp. It all kind of lined up for Nathan Cleary, and I know that you guys were, especially Josh, you were death riding him because you were trying to decide on captaincy and needed him to go low so you could take your Walsh loop. And, thankfully he didn't, for me anyway. Would have been great for you, but yeah, 117 for him. He just looked in total control.
Would you have got the clown if you didn't captain him today? If you got a 95 like Josh and I?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I was only 28 points behind. So
well, Seward to Cleary was like 20 points, which pretty much
so I still might have held on to second. You would have had the ground, but regardless, like it was very close. And anyway, like Cleary, he's in a league of his own, I think, this year. Like him and Tanner Boyd are just like the 2 best halfbacks in the NRL. And I say the Tanner Boyd in jest, but Nathan Cleary was huge. My zero this week. I'm not fucking ever buying Tanner Boyd. I'll give you the red hot tip. Not until he drops under 500K. People are going to be buying 800K Tanner Boyd next week as well to add to their 800K Tom Jenkins. That's going to be a fun week. My zero is Moses Leo, and I could not. I had second Josh on Reid Marnie. He is, as soon as lockout opens, I will do whatever I can to get off that fraud. But I'll be doing the same thing with Moses Leo as well. 21 points. He had a head knock, fine, whatever, 70 minutes. Just you play for the fucking Storm, mate. Like you play for one of the best teams, the second best team in the league, and you can't find any attack next to Cameron Munster. Like, come on, man. Like, that's just fucking piss poor. Any other left centre on this team, anybody would come in and definitely be able to put up more than 21. He also got bailed out in round 2 with that junk try as well when he got 40-odd. Like, that's 3 potential games in a row where he's gone like sub 30. He needs to get out of everyone's teams. He's awful. So you can lock him in for a 75 in BP next week. You're welcome. Let's move into, what do we got next? Chopping block.
Who's on the chopping block?
Who's the first player out of your team, Matty, when lockout opens at 11:56 a.m. Monday?
Good guess.
I mean, I'll leave Reid Marnie for someone else, but I don't know. I'm kind of pretty happy. I'm pretty happy to move on from Fayamani. I wanted to move on from Fayamani this week, but just moved to Leo last minute. Again, you read all you want about Leo, about him being like a passionate leader as the 5th zodiac star sign, and you'd want to get rid of him. But yeah, look, I've already got rid of him, so Fayamani's the next one out for me, unless Sedu 2 doesn't get named this week. So yeah, it'll be one of those cheap wingers. It's time to spend up. Get what I've deserved.
Are we, Josh, are we triple boosting? Because Leo can go, Fayamani could go, Marnie definitely needs to go. It's now these guys putting their hands up as pretty simple trades, and then of course if you had Ryan Couchman still sitting there, what are you doing with him? There's a lot of options, I guess, to toss up.
Yeah, I'm looking at the moment because like I want to get off Atkinson. I need to get to Nico. I need to get to Dewey. I need to get to anyone. I'll take, I don't know, Lachlan Ilias at this point. Marnie to Brayley is going to cost me like 280k. I'm looking at like Yo to maybe Finafuiaki, but that may have left the station. I could do Yo to I could do Yo to an iPad. I could do Yo to a Twal and then like a Marnie to a Brayley and let Leo sit there because he'll have up and down games. It's the same thing with like Fayamani. Fayamani might just be a guy that we get to round 27 in and he's still in my team. And yeah, so the chat's popping off. But yeah, I'm having a look. Maybe no boost, but maybe like a sideways trade to enable an upgrade, like a Yo to a Twal type operation.
Yeah. Yo's another one. Played like 52 minutes or something, and I think it was less. But in a blowout, like I don't know whether you put much stock in the minutes in this game.
Still scored 76.
Yeah, he with the try though, but like more so like even at full strength, we've seen him playing 65 and pumping at 65. Like, can I get 12 to do that for say 540? Probably. And then what can I do with the funds elsewhere? We've obviously got like a Joash Papali'i floating over our head that we'll talk about more in buy, hold, and sell next week. He's 340k. And he'll drop even more because he's got like a 9 and a 14 he's rolling average. But with Isaiah Yongi with Isaiah Yongi out for like a potential syndesmosis, you've got a fullback potentially available at 5'8" in SuperCoach. And if you have Jackson Purdue, then something like a Fayamani or a Leo down to a Papali'i could be generational.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I've already said who's on my chopping block. They can all get out. Marnie, Fayamani. It's bad when you look at Siali Fayamani and he is still the better Marnie compared to Reid Marnie. Like it's just awful. Awful scenes. Mattrix, who's on the chopping block?
I already said Fayamani. Yeah, I already said Fayamani. I'm off him because I'd already moved off Leo. So
fair. All right, let's move into who we missed this week. I'm sure there's
the one you may have missed.
The question is, I feel like we missed Adam Dewey, but I would never have taken that risk in a million years. Like not with looked like the bloke got shot. Especially when you grab high up near the glute as well, like for any kind of physio nerds or whatever, like the higher it goes, the worse it is. So I thought he was $1.10 to not play this game. So no way in hell was I ever going to pick him, but fuck, he's looked good. Like he, Josh, as a Tigers supporter, I'm sure you watch this game a bit closer than others. He is he's been elite this year so far.
Yeah, and like the numbers that him at halfback suggested he was. I think the sample was he averaged like something like 95. And if you take out the games from like 8 years ago, it's over 100. So if you started with him, fantastic. And if you like had Sam Walker, it was the most easiest switch of your life. Like you said, though, there was no way that I could have taken him with his soft tissue injuries, how high up it was on the hamstring, the fact that he had to fly over to New Zealand. It was just a lot. And Luai was out, so you would have thought the Tigers would have been proportionate against a team that was so like dominant in the Warriors for the first 3 weeks. But if you had him, like fantastic. If you bought him, like your balls are bigger than mine. You've absolutely reaped the rewards, and he's been absolutely immense this year, and he continues to be immense again.
Who'd you miss this week? While we've got you, player that you were maybe tossing up on, or
missed the memo to not play fantasy this year. Had 14 active players, so that was good. Scored 774. So that's great areas.
Still beat me.
Nah, for me,
748 for me.
Oh, gee, I don't even want to look at my score.
Most obvious ones was tossing up between sort of where I wanted to go, whether I wanted to get a front row forward or whether I wanted to get like a 2RF or a dual. So I was tossing up between Paseka, Lukey, and Twal. And of course, picked the wrong one, picked Paseka. But you know what? It is what it is. Lukey was not looking fantastic. I think he had 5 runs and then obviously scored a try. Twal was immense, of course. Who would have thought Twal gets a line break assist and an offload the week that like he becomes relevant? It just goes down into SuperCoach folklore. But if you told me Paseka played 60 minutes, I would have bought him in a heartbeat. It was just a weird game. Monsoon weather and base was down across the board. So look, on to next week.
Yeah, Squishy Sports.
And Herbie's pretty good at football as well.
He's not bad. Yeah, he's rip your team up and get him type areas. Who cares about the matchups now? I'm sick of.
Who were the Tigers playing in the grand
him.
final? Not the Warriors. Squishy. So.
Oh, right.
Also,
I was going to say we should have a rematch
doxed me on Twitter this week, just like full government name to me in a reply.
Doxed you. That's right.
Yeah, Squishy Sports. I posted on Twitter. I was like, "Oh, when's the funeral for Josh Curran?" And then I posted my Denzel Washington meme of like how like everyone on my team's out, and then he like retweets it. He goes, instead of Josh Curran, like @ my full government name. Obviously, my first name is Josh. Then like doxes my full last name.
Rough. I might change your name to your full government name for the podcast, just so we can.
Yeah, it's Josh Aramaho for those staying at home. So.
Exactly. Matty, who'd you miss this week? Who was a guy that you would maybe tossing up on buying, or just a guy that you've been tossing up over the last few weeks and have just never made the move?
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to a week ago, and I couldn't decide between Lukey and Finafuiaki, Cooley. And I knew Cooley had a good matchup against the Broncos, and he was a bee's dick away from like 3 tries. I know, because I had a little multi on him. But he was a bee's dick away from a heap of tries playing against a weak side, and he just looks absolutely unreal. So 99
no tries when we got put through untouched. My heart sank. It was a forward putt. I don't know how forward it was, but yeah, he was a bee's dick away from probably like a 160, 170 type score.
Yeah,
man,
that
like
Walsh try saver was clutch.
Yeah.
Like he could have walked over.
That was right in front of me too. But like genuinely, like Lukey, I feel like is working very hard for his, I don't know, probably 65 average he's scoring at the moment. I'm not disappointed to own Helam Lukey, but I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't get with Finafuiaki because I was a big fan from last year. I didn't get him in because I just thought like this is just like a 500k player or a 550k player.
I was the same though, because like last year when he went to the Finns, we were like, oh, he was like, I think he was like 380. In the preseason, we're like, fuck, if he can get the starting edge spot, like he's got a really good profile to score well. And like he got the role, he just never looked good. And then he just must have had like 2 extra Weet-Bix for breakfast this year because like he just looks phenomenal. And it's like it's consistent. It's 70 to 75 BP. Him, Jaden Sewer is another one that's just putting up numbers for like fun. And obviously the Dolphins, like with how attacking they are, yeah, he was like a basic away from like at least 2, maybe 3 tries. And on another day, owners walk away with like a 170 score, which is like a record for 2RF. And he's just been immense this year, like absolutely immense.
Yeah, he has been. He's been massive. He's the one that like Finafuiaki's the one that I missed for sure. I won't mention him again, but I called him a trap. Yeah, no, trap.
Oh, even worse.
Even more aggressive. So yeah, people can have the W on that one. And the flog seems pretty upset as well because he missed Jenkins because he listens to a shit podcast.
I actually read this comment.
Yeah,
it's good.
You know what? Like the insults
banger.
are funny when they're true. Like fair point. Podcast, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
He probably subscribes to $12.95 a month for this shit advice.
That's all right. Hopefully we can find you
We've had
another
some
one.
crackers this year. Tanner Boyd, Finafiliaki, Jenkins. We've had some.
Oh,
we've
let
had
me
some-
tell you. Let me guess that the flog started with Ruben Cotter. I reckon he did off the back of it too.
As I said
Uh,
in our group chat today, we've had some shit call. That's maybe your worst call.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, look, it was numbers based. I can cop it. 100% I'll cop it if it's a shit call and it
If
was
it's a
me
vibes
going, you
call?
know what? I just feel like, I feel like he's going to be good. Like we had extensive data to say that Ruben Cotter was going to be good and he just didn't.
if you told me Cotter was playing 65 minutes of lock, I start with him 100%. So it's just,
Yeah,
it's just
Yeah, I guaranteed it's probably the worst call I've made in 4 years of podcasting. And he had
I
no
had no
vibes. That is true.
vibes.
This is where we went wrong. We need more vibes picks.
Finafiliaki has
check-
vibes.
Yeah.
he does.
Cooley has vibes. I tell you what, he just strutted around Suncorp. I'll tell you that.
The name in itself is vibes, regardless of the
Kulekefu.
player. So Kulikefu, Finafiliaki, what a name.
I was
Cracker.
cheering for Cooley in my Broncos jersey. Like I was like yelling out. Yeah.
That's what happens when you got a bit of money on the game, hey? That's what it is. Surely you would have had any time try score on him.
I had any time try score a Broncos to win
Yeah.
for about $400. So.
Yeah, that would have been nice. All right, let's speaking of these games, let's get
Hey,
into it.
can you check your
Rapid
updates, please?
fire
Dano, while
read.
you're doing that.
What?
Just check your
yeah.
updates. Updates are in. I just want to see if I can sneak
Ooh,
one off.
yeah, I reckon you might get me in updates. Well, let's move on and let's have a chat about those games. All right, let's have a look.
I'm
Did you
blown
go?
up right now.
All right, what's your score?
I'm 12.97. I only updated.
Yeah, it's
but-
13:03. Thank God. Oh, I was panicking there for a second. You had me. You got the heart rate up a little bit. I'll claim it though. I would have had to post this crown to you, I reckon, if you ended up overtaking me there. All right,
Mine's broken, so I would have tried.
let's get into these games. 33-16 with a junked little field goal there at the end for Sammy Walker, but Manly are in all sorts, Matty. They're in all sorts. So much so that obviously there's a coaching change after 3 rounds. Three games into a 2-year extension for old Siebes. Tony Siebes is on the way out, and we've got Kieran Foran looking after Manly for the rest of the year at least. Thoughts on? I mean, we've obviously Turbo's the main talking point for Manly, but where do they go from here? Like they've looked awful to a point where you'd probably say that they would contend for the spoon this year pretty comfortably.
I mean, I don't think I saw some shit footy this weekend. 2 of them were playing against each other, and I like Manly's. Like as much as I get messages about Manly fans, and they're like, "Bruh, they're gonna win the spoon." They're actually not gonna win the spoon because I've seen the Dragons and I've seen the Titans play. But yeah, look, they need some changes. Like, Kobe Hetherington scored pretty well, but he has no business being there in the front row. Like, I'm just looking at the way that they're playing, and Luke Brooks just needs to go and learn Chinese, brother. I don't know. You see those 2 players at the top there, and Cooler is playing such good footy, and Turbo is trying his best, but that's all they've got going. And it was going to be an adjustment with Daly leaving. Hamoli's not getting as good of a ball and everything like that, but yeah, it was always going to be an adjustment.
Cameron in the chat's pretty spot on. As a Broncos fan, he doesn't want to hear any Kobe Hetherington slander. Just before we get into that,
I'm
Unreal.
a huge Kobe guy. Went to a concert with him once, but don't need to be playing in the front row. Let's face it.
Fresh Prince, obviously a big fan of Leafi, as we all are. Giving him 14 minutes on debut is a bit rough. He looked like the best middle on the field when he got on, and they don't really have middles aside from Taniela Paseka and the Geezers. And Jake Trebojevic obviously got his head knocked off about 4 times in this one. His headgear, I should say, ended up making more run meters than him, I think, through this game. I think he had 2 runs for 17 meters in 60-odd minutes. So I don't know. I just look at this pack and I think I've got zero confidence that this pack would get anyone forward. And that's probably the problem with Turbo. They've got a nice little run for a little bit, Josh. But yeah, there's some concern there, I think, for Manly in general. But Turbo's just so good that he just finds points on bad teams regardless.
Yeah, this team is.
It's
This
a
team
team
is
I have
not
seen.
is not very good. This is a team of footballers, and yeah, it's a fall from grace. The forwards are shot. And also I'm not too sure why Fox Sports are on this like Gerbo is good agenda. Like, did you see the pregame? There was about 20 minutes dedicated to like, wait guys, Gerbo's good. He's a real guy. And I was like, what do we leave the football for the football leaves you? But yeah, you know, you've got Brandon Wakeham playing 24 minutes. You've got Corey Waddell playing 43 minutes. You've got Paul Bryant playing 7 minutes and Lafayette playing 13 minutes. Like it's a, as we say, Warra rotation. And yeah, Siebes is sacked and in comes Kieran Foran for any of my EPL fans out there. Maybe this is a Michael Carrick situation. Maybe just give the job to Carrick at the end of the season and he does a job. But yeah, Turbo, he's fine. There's a couple of teams where I want one asset from them and that's about it. And Manly is definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
We're
going to be getting very cheap Ruben Garrick next year too, hopefully.
Can I just bring up something? Because Kieran Foran is probably the best 5'8" in Manly at the moment. Because
captain coach gig, you reckon?
Yeah, captain coach. I tried to Google it and like they still didn't understand, like the AI overview at the front of Google didn't understand what I was saying. I was like, when was the last time there was a captain coach? Because I'm not even joking. If I was Kieran Foran and I'm like, I need a head coach, I want a head coaching gig, as he said on the Matty John show, like his best chance of getting a gig at the moment is looking at where the gaps are. And it's where Luke Brooks is standing, and Kieran Foran was better than that just last year. As
Tigers fans, we hear the stories of like Benji, who's been retired for like, 5-6 years. He will still carve up a training. Like he'll still blitz kids at training. Foz has been retired for what, 3 months?
Just bring him on.
I reckon he'd still run a good block shape. So I'd love to see K Foran in the 6 next week.
Yeah, that's enough batting on Manly. They need to get Joey Walsh in there though. Give him some reps. But the Roosters, Rob Toya, he was huge in this one. 122 for him. Mark Nwangani-Tawaze with 108. They just tore him up down that edge. It was a clear game plan to obviously target Brooks in defensively in this one. A lot of their outside men jammed in to try and help, and yeah, Rob Toya and Marky Mark just capitalised on that one. Nice to see James Tedesco as a non-owner go low as well. Like we actually didn't have him as an avoid in the captain's show, but we probably should have. The weather, if we knew that it was going to be absolutely raining cats and dogs, I think it would have been a game to avoid in general.
First one of the year, boys. I'm going to call it Rob Toya. I looked at him. He was in my team.
Yeah,
he's taking us to round 4.
He's in every one of my draft teams. I'll cop that.
Yeah, I've got him in draft too.
I would have started with him, but he was out round 1, so big sad. Shout out to Longy. Remember when we had Longy on to his team review? Yeah, he had Toya. Teddy going unders was great. Teddy's actually been kind of poor for SuperCoach this year. The really big score in round 1. I think he got bailed out with a very late try. Shout out SuperCoach Sister in round 2. And then he's been a little bit subordinary. Sam Walker, leave the football for the football leaves you. Ni Hao, get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. Super League, Men of Steel, whatever insight you want to throw at him. It's not been it. Reece Robson, 52 points, played 80 minutes, 1 try assist. That's bad. But then again, this game was a monsoon. So he's going to be on the bubble, obviously by this week for the Chooks, but on the bubble in around 6. Have you seen enough?
Yeah, I think I have. Like I can't remember who I was talking to about this, but like he's so dangerous close to the line. I think multiple times in his first 2 games, he's put that little grubber in behind. One of them ended up with a try. The other was, I think it was 2 other forced dropouts. Like he looks really good close to the line. Like it looks like they've obviously given him a lot of attacking freedom. I've seen enough eye test wise. Obviously, with the bye next week, we can just wait, like you said, till round 6. Make a decision, then we'll get a bit of a look.
Just go next week and just get off Marnie.
Oh man, like honestly, who knows how much money he's going to lose? But yeah, I'd wait until round 6. Maybe hopefully get a look at Brandon. Oh, Brandon Smith apparently is delayed in returning, so we might not even see him now. So
I think you gotta go. You gotta find the 300K and get Rayleigh, or you just pray that Robson's like good. I think I'm just gonna pray. You can't be worse than Marnie.
Nah, that's completely fair. You just get up to Blake Brayley.
Also, shout out Cody Ramsey, getting a spot on the bench. So that's
good on him. Let's move on to game 2. Wires Tigers. Nice W for the Tigers. Honestly, I'm not even going to pretend like I thought we had a chance. I thought we were going to get bent over. And to be fair, we probably should have. Adam Dewey played immense. Alex Twal was huge. Even Jareen Buller was pretty solid for the most part. So yeah, some positives to take from it.
Even Dream Buller.
Macassini better get ready to learn Chinese.
Yeah, there's a. I mean, look, he's playing out of position for the most part. Like, you get him back on the wing.
I'm
that's where I
holding
want to
until
see
he
him.
goes to the wing.
Center is supposed to be his preferred position from an NRL standpoint, but obviously we saw how damaging he was on the wing in the trials. But yeah, man, it's just he's a tough watch. Obviously, like a lot of
He's
talent
also
there.
playing on the opposite side too, isn't he?
No, I think he's
non-preferred side?
I think he's a bona fide left
He's a
center.
left? Okay.
I think so. That's why they moved Yam to right to accommodate for Maxine. But anyway, he was fine. Terrell May continues to be a non-option at the moment. He'll bottom out soon, and you can look at buying him. Adam Dewey, of course, 112. But the two men of the hour, two international men, one beautiful British man on the edge, 90 points for KPP, 3 tries in 3 games. I think someone said it took Gareth Ellis 12 games to score 3 tries for us. So he's been great. I love Kai Pizzball. I feel very vindicated because I was like obviously talking him up heavily in the offseason that he came in. Probably didn't look fantastic, and everyone's like, you don't know ball, which is fair. But he looks every bit of what I thought he was going to look. But Alex Twal, boys, 70 minutes in the middle, 97 points, 1 line break assist, 2 offloads, 5 tackle busts, 14 runs, 48 tackles with just the 1 miss. Oh, you know that meme of, I think it's Sepp Blatter. He's like, today I feel gay. That's today I feel Lebanese. Just, I want some manouche. I'm blaring all the lead music in the world. What a guy.
Baklava, or am I wrong again? I don't
I
know.
think that's Turkish. I think
Close
baklava is
enough.
Turkish.
Yeah, let's not get ourselves in too much trouble by quoting the wrong
much-
foods.
Aman already told me I was going to get myself in shit tonight.
No, you know who Alex Twal reminds me of? WWE reference. The Great Khali is Alex Twal. Like,
Why?
he's a monster. He's
yeah.
fucking huge.
That
And like,
photo
have
of-
you?
he's
With
biting-
the rig out.
There's the one
Stop
that I
it.
posted on Instagram, and he is just peel. He is a juiced man.
Yeah, he's way bigger than he looks. Yeah, he's huge. Let's. I mean, Tanner Boyd just continues to put up scores. He is Andrew Johns reincarnate. I'm not even joking anymore. Like, every week I'm praying for my reputation that he has a shitter. Just one. That's all I'm asking for. And this guy just continues to put up scores and make me look silly. And you know what? I deserve it. I deserve it for not picking Tanner Boyd at 400, 500k. Because now he's going to be
He's still
800k Tanner Boyd.
500k. Like, he wasn't that cheap.
No, I know. But he's been awesome. He's been very good. Chance Nickel Clockstad as well. He was pretty good in this one. 83
So he's
for
in
him.
centers, right?
Yeah, so he's spent a bit of time at fullback, and that's when he ended up scoring that try on the right.
Okay.
So I think Tane Tuapiki ended up playing like maybe 50 or 60 minutes at fullback, and then Chance moved back to fullback, and Tuapiki went off. So
Yeah, I didn't watch this overly closely. I know that Scooshy, big Warriors fan. If you're in the chat, my friend, tell us why Tane didn't play 80, because I know that you went early on him, and I'm tempted to also go early on him if he maintains the spot. But yeah, I honestly don't know how we won this game. I thought we were pretty bad, but obviously the Warriors were a lot worse. Jackson Ford, 60 points in 68 minutes. Some positive comments out of Andrew Webster though. Was talking about Jackson Ford and his biggest ability playing big minutes. So I don't see that being a huge issue for him moving forward. Mitch Barnett, he's close to 30 off the back of a major knee injury. I imagine Jackson Ford is the sort of the big winner of those minutes as well. And shout out Jacob Laban for scoring 74 after everyone sells him.
It's always the way, isn't it? I had Stefano in my team initially. I did Hasta Stefano until I saw that quote from Andrew Webster on Jackson Ford and them not playing with his minutes. Obviously played 69 minutes giggity in this one as well, which is great. So I think let's just hope we continue to see 70 minutes. I think don't expect 80 like he did last week, but if you can get 65 to 70 from Jackson Ford, he's going to put up 65 to 70 points each week.
I think the big positive with Jackson Ford is there maybe like 65 minutes penciled in on the depth chart every week, but he's the first guy to play 80 if there's an injury.
100%. And he can play on an edge too, which is great. That ultimate flexibility. So yeah, love it. If you went with him, you'd be nice little warm blanket that you've got there with him until we work out when Payne Haas comes back and scores 95 in BP.
Scooshy says attack looked like it was run by AOB, and boy howdy, we'll segue into a game that AOB coach soon. Broncos 26, Dolphins 12. This game was a game. This game was a game played by two teams for about 65 minutes of it, because boy howdy, I bet the overs, and it was a very frustrating watch. But Reece Walsh, 92 points for Reece. One try assist, one line break, one offload, 11 tackle busts, 17 runs. He looked like he was in everything at the start. I thought we were on for like 140 after the first like 6 hit-ups.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. I wish we were. But he finished on 95. He does that though. He goes a little bit quiet in patches, but he looked heaps involved, and I'm really happy I bought him this week. Keeney to Walsh ended up working out quite nicely. Katoni Staggs though is going on that generational Katoni Staggs run that he does every now and again.
Oh, fuck. So like I nearly had him as a one that I missed. But not because I was considering bringing him in, because everybody that messaged me, I said, don't get Katoni Staggs this week. He's up against Herbie. And then he just fucking ripped and teared. I don't know. He was unreal.
Don't worry.
Like,
I also said don't get Herbie because I think it's Katoni Staggs. They just cancel each other out.
I was fine with getting Herbie this week. I noticed we started in the chat earlier that said, I think it's time to have a chat about Mattrix's avoids and captaincies every week. Look, I get it, but I'm not going to mention I'm not going to go out and say, oh, let's not captain Fayamani this week. Like, I picked a highly captained guy and said somebody that you need to fade. And honestly, Herbie Farnworth up against Katoni Staggs, 80 might be Herbie's floor. I genuinely think that was still a good fade for captain when it comes to saying that you're going to fade Herbie. Like,
it's so tough with Herbie though, right? Because he plays like an absolute bottom feeder next week in Manly. Then I think he has the bye in 6. And then it's just like a generational run of really tough games on paper. But like football's not played on paper. And maybe you just buy it. Maybe he's just matchup proof. And I'm like sick of it. I'm sick of every time he touches the ball, just having my mental health deteriorate every time he like gets a junk tackle. Because he doesn't give a shit, right? Remember like from like round 20 onwards, we just saw Karaz throw like the most. He just threw offloads and they didn't go anywhere, right? He just threw them because he could. And they don't do anything. And that's what Herbie's doing. And it shits me because he does it every hit up. So he's getting the 2 meters, the 2 points for 8 meters plus. And he's getting the 4 points for the offload that does nothing. And he's probably getting a tackle bust in there as well. Like every hit up for Herbie is like 9 points. And I'm sick of it.
I bought him in fantasy this week. Actually, that was nice. But it is like John Bateman from like 2023. His first year, I think it was with the Tigers, where he would not make 1 run meter forward, but he would run 30 meters sideways every time he got the ball, palm off 4 blokes and then offload. And it was the best for SuperCoach and fantasy scoring. But yeah, no, he's going to have a breakout game soon, and I want it. I want it in my team. So I feel like we've dodged a bullet, legit. I feel like he's averaged 80, and we've got off lightly as non-owners.
Yeah. He's so
like your fade was like 70 for the first 4 weeks. Like that didn't pan out, but I feel like I expected more than this from Herbie. Let's be fair.
Oh, no. If you told me he averaged like 80 for the first 4 weeks, I'd still be over the moon.
Yeah.
Of course, 70 was unrealistic, but I'll still take it, of course.
And all eyes will be on Payne Haas and whether he gets named on Tuesday at 4 p.m. So I'm interested to see what happens and how people approach that. Whether you held or whether you sold, I think most of us did. Did we all sell Payne Haas?
Yeah, I sold.
Yeah.
Same.
It was funny, right? Because I was off social media all week. Like I didn't have my phone. I didn't have anything. I was literally completely off the grid for about 4 days, and I assumed that like I was going against the grain. So I didn't consume any content. I didn't talk to you guys. I didn't talk to anyone. Like I was just offline, literally. And I was like, I'm selling Payne Haas because I know from playing SuperCoach for a long time how much he drops when he has AC issues because they are frequent with Payne Haas. And I was like, I'm going to go against the grain and sell him. And I'm probably going to be called crazy by both of you and our Discord and social media. And then I get back on my phone at like 7:00 Friday night. And I check the top 10 most sold, and he's like 3rd. And I'm like, oh. And then I'm seeing like a bunch of like engaged managers, people that I respect in the space, like also selling him. And I'm like, oh, I thought I was a big brain, but it turns out it was just like the norm.
Just follow the crowd without knowing what the crowd was doing.
Yeah, he said big brains. It was me. He saw my trades, Moses Leo out and Payne Haas out. And like, he's just like, just people he respects in the space, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen to him. All right. I think that's enough of that game. Let's move on to the Adam O'Brien attack-led Bulldogs, scoring 16 points against Adam O'Brien's old team. Isn't this a narrative? Adam O'Brien going up against his old team and not being able to help let's call him a good team. beat his old team that ended up being shit that he got fired from. So good signs there for Adam O'Brien, but we're not here to bash on him. We are kind of, but we're not here to bash on him solely. The Knights get a W though, which is massive. 24 points in this one. Dom Young with a couple of tries. Dylan Lucas with a try. Tyson Frizzell got himself a try, even though it should have been Trey Mooney. That I'm going to mentally call that Trey Mooney's 79, not Tyson Frizzell's. But yeah, the Knights were good, but I think it's more comes down to how poor the Bulldogs were, Matty, more than how good the Knights were in this matchup.
I don't know. Like, this was a game. Can I tell you guys something really quietly? And don't tell everybody. There's definitely not 400 people. I actually physically fell asleep during this game.
This was a game.
That's how bad it was. Man, I don't know. Like, it was an absolute poo slinger I just don't enjoy watching. I'm a Memphis Grizzlies fan, like, through the grit and grind era. And I enjoy watching defense get played, but like, this Bulldogs team is like, I don't know. It's got nothing going for it.
So the Bulldogs have won one game. They beat the Dragons, who are 0-4 by a point. Like, the form line's not good. And I am very filthy that Stephen Crichton was not given a try assist, just for what it's worth. I think that's absolutely bullshit.
Falcons don't count, apparently, when it bounces off someone else's head.
Not even a TC. Not even a TC.
Give us a contribution. I needed that.
Give you something.
I did. Yeah, I think 36 was the least of my problems this week. My centre wing was generationally awful, by the way. My centre wing was, I had Val, who got 77, but then I had Stephen Crichton's 36, Moses Leo's 21, Makasini's 35, and Fayamani's 31 in my centre wing. Thankfully, most of them are bottom dollar, but holy moly, that was not good.
Speaking of the week that was held, just want to shout out my better half, who got 1 from 8 in her tips this week, and the only one that she got right was the Panthers. So
I feel like a lot of people are going to be in that situation. It was a pretty tough week this week.
Dragons in the last game too. I'm pretty sure maybe I got 5.
Yeah, I
5. I got 2. I thought I was doing well with 2.
I think I got maybe 4. I reckon I got 4.
Don't worry. I had the Roosters, and then I saw the Gerbo hype package, and I was like, I'm changing to the Eels.
I got 4.
Package.
All right. Yeah,
I got 5.
This game was a game. Dogs suck.
Jacob Preston copped a knock early as well, didn't he? So probably
it was like a knee on knee. It was like a weird it was like one of those painful ones, but he's fine. And this game was a game of games. Panthers and Eels. This was not a game. This was a good game. Tom Jenkins, mate, insert Jesse Pinkman. He can't keep getting away with it. Because when will it end? As the great Mick McCarthy once said, it can't go on like this, can it? It can. So it can.
And this was up against the Eels. This is the matchup we wanted to target for Cleary and for the outside backs. Brian Toto then goes and puts up a 21, which is just unheard of for him. And I think, honestly, maybe this could cue the biggest comeback of all time, because I remember you ended up saying something like James Tedesco's days as a SuperCoach option are finished. I'll say that about Brian Toto. Just the way that, like, it's not the 50 to 60 in BP that you can fall back on every year anymore.
Is diabolical for Brian Toto.
It's just really out of character, and more like he's not going and looking for those hard runs anymore. So, yeah, for me, that's super disappointing. I love Brian Toto as a player, but yeah, maybe as a SuperCoach option, I'm a little bit concerned.
Nihao?
Not yet. Okay, you can't do it to Brian Toto, not yet. But he is on Nihao watch. We'll give him a month, I reckon. if we come back to like round 8 or 9 and he's still doing this stuff, he's off to the Guangdong Tigers, I think.
I'm gonna I got a tweet idea for tomorrow. Now I'm gonna go back and look at Toto's lowest 80-minute score, and convert it to days to make the Otis feel even worse about themselves. Love converting like a 5-year stat into like 600 days. It's the best. Yeah, Cleary's Cleary. He's very good. I believe I said to both of you boys in our Discord in our chat, I said, not watching this game live, can't wait to come back and watch an IPAP double. And then you said, you got one. That was like 10 minutes after kickoff. And I was like, oh shit, we're on here. So to see him finish on 102 was really, really happy. I was really happy with that. It just seemed like that left edge cooked, 100 for IPAP, 100 for McLean, 100 for Jenkins. Even Blaze Talangi chipped in with a try as well. So, yeah, that left edge was cooking. The Eels right was in all sorts, which is different because it's normally the Eels left that's in disarray. But, yeah, 76 for Yo. I feel like owners, you'll take it. Don't look at how the 76 was scored. In golf, Matty, when you look at your scorecard at the end of a round, you don't need to paint pictures. As long as it says a number there, and that's all that matters. And that was with Isaiah Yo. Obviously, he didn't play many minutes, but to score a 76 is all that matters.
I agree with you. And you know I'm a golfer, and usually it doesn't mention the fact that I did shots after 9 holes. But yeah, no. This was honestly like Panthers could have went on and won this by even more. Like I feel like Cleary did exactly the same as he did last week, though. But like his try contributions were like just a little more obvious this week to get them.
His game doesn't change. It's just is he the first pass or the second pass? Boys, is Mitch Moses on Nihal watch?
Yeah, to start the season, he is. Yeah,
is he already there?
Because it's
give him a bit of time.
I mean, the issue
He's had two
is
hard
like
matchups to start the year.
Yeah, but the issue is there's like cheapies performing, and then there's primos performing, and Mitchell Moses is like, I don't know, like this weird mid-tier guy. Like, you need to pay up for Cleary or Nico, or just be fine with running like Sanders or somebody like that. Like, that's where I sit with halfback in general. And like Mitchell Moses doesn't have the most SuperCoach friendly game. I got absolutely ripped when I said, please name Mitchell Moses for State of Origin, because he had an absolute stinker in this one.
Yeah,
you know how they turn Dane Gagai. Oh yeah, they got the Tigers.
I was going to say Justin P just said Moses versus Tigers next week. If you know, you know. Yeah, we're
screwed. Yeah, we're screwed for sure. You know when Dane Gagai, how he's got the switch on his back, like Krusty the Clown figurine, where you switch. Oh, we forgot to switch it to Queensland mode. That's Mitchell Moses for New South Wales. So
yeah, but like, how does he get picked in this fucking form? Like, seriously, I don't care if you've got a switch on your back or not. Like, I'm not picking Moses Leo because I'm hoping there's a switch for, I don't know, Victoria mode.
It might not be on the top of everyone's tip. It might not be in the forefront of everyone's mind, but there's a name right there at the bottom of the screen. J Papali'i came into this round 340k with a 71 break even, scored 14 points this week. So his break even is going to be monstrous. 340k, Eels 5'8". Why are we talking about him? Well, Isaiah Iongi's gone off with a Mitchell syndesmosis from all reports, so he's going to be out for an extended period of time. You'd expect Josh Papali'i becomes the most like-for-like replacement. I'll tell you what, if we can get a fullback available at 5'8" for 260k, I will be there.
I'll also be there for sure. I think it's, for anybody thinking of getting him next week, it's a wait for me. They do play the Tigers, of course. That's fine, but they play the Titans the week after.
His break even 120.
His break even will be about 100. I think maybe Aman said it was going to be like late 90s.
No, it's really not. 71 break even. He scored 14.
Yeah, I'm just going off what Aman said.
I thought it was like 110. Oh, crazy. Okay,
I mean, he's only cheap. He's only 320k or something, isn't he? So, it's not going to be that big. But at the same time, I think regardless, you can watch. You can watch and wait a week. Let's see what happens and where he's named and how that all plays out. 92,
I think corrected. 92 break even. So even if he scores, let's say he scores 60 against the Tigers, he'll still be 314k heading into the Titans.
I don't know. Let me look at who Cody Walker plays next week before I decide, because they're playing the Bulldogs.
More a case for Jackson Purdue owners, because it gives you a really nice out off any of these shitty cheapy centre wings.
Mm-hmm.
You can just move Purdue in.
Yeah, Moses Leo to Joash Papali'i could be nice.
Pay money, we will be there.
Mm-hmm. Could be nice. Either
we're going to go from 5 cheapy centre wings to none in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, you got to get off them at some point. It's just a shame they've all peaked.
I can't believe you guys are off Macassini. Like, one bad game.
Oh, no. It's just he played really bad. He's from an NRL
pretty ordinary game.
Oh,
let's move to the Cowboys. Somehow, I don't know how they won. 28-24. Drinky had a good game. Clifford had a cracker of a game. Braden Burns continues to be the most SuperCoach relevant player in NRL SuperCoach history. I swear this guy just continues. He's like the Will Warbrick of this year, where he just goes under the radar. We haven't even talked about Will Warbrick at all as a player we missed or a player we're interested in. Not once have we said his name, but he's just continuing to churn out hundreds. Braden Burns is kind of that guy that you'll never buy, but he's always good.
Yeah. What did he score? 38, 77, 56, and then he scores 100 odd. So he's a guy he starts the year every year at 600k because he averages 60 every year. Unfortunately, he's just never relevant. You said Scott Drinkwater played well. I think Scott Drinkwater plays Scott Drinkwater game. Elite on ball.
Yeah.
Terrible off ball.
Defensively was horrendous.
So bad.
Yeah.
Good at SuperCoach.
Yeah, good offensively. That's all that matters. He and Lukey, 78, late try. Bit of a tip for the people out there. If you're in a group chat with people, don't ever talk about someone's score before full time. SuperCoach sister learned that the Harbo Teddy a couple weeks ago. I also reaffirmed that as I messaged the boys at the 70th minute mark and said, glad I faded Lukey when he was on 40 odd.
He scored like 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
Great.
It was almost immediate.
You know what? I love this new last touch rule. Big Val Holmes guy, big Jackson Purdy guy getting try assists they do not deserve. So we love that. He continues to score really well. 68 points in a week where we didn't expect the world from him against Melbourne. So happy with that. Does Tom Chester come back in next week? Because, I thought Labour did pretty well on Leo. So,
Yeah.
Kind of worried.
I don't even know. We're talking about Todd Payton. Like, nobody knows. Todd Payton doesn't know what he's going to do next week. He'll work it out on Tuesday by flipping a coin, probably.
At 3:50 when the NRL ring him, like, Todd,
what are you doing?
Do you have your team? Oh, shit. Fuck.
Yeah, I think that's
late, but
absolutely. Yeah, no, hopefully not.
Someone
anyway,
said just not replace Luke. He's bad. I thought Sonny Luke was very good when he came on.
Reed Marnie.
Yeah.
Sonny Luke might be playing 59 minutes next week, and Reed Marnie might be playing 20. So
Reed Marnie is in Guangdong. We've already established that. He's
so bad.
What happened, right? Because I honestly thought that he could back in 2020, when he first debuted, I was like, this guy could rival Grant for Origin, long term. And he was good for 2-3 years, and then I don't know what happened. He's
in the Origin squad 2 years ago.
I know what's happened.
I don't know. I'm not sure. But I looked at 60 minutes or 55 minutes or something, and it wasn't he on 9 at halftime? Played the full first half and was on 9 points as a hooker. That is diabolical.
SuperCoach Realm said Cow should just play with no hooker. Agreed.
May as well, honestly. Yeah.
In soccer, if you play with no striker, they call it a false 9. You have an attacking midfielder that just plays as a link man. Yeah, I reckon we just do that with the Cowboys. Just no hooker. Just have another 13.
Yeah, let Ruben Cotter play some hooker. Get his base up a little bit because it's certainly not there at the moment.
Thomas McKaylee.
Give us the Ruben Cotter hooker jewel again. That's what we need. And also shout out to Brandy Alexander who he continued to call Sonny Luke Sony Luke all night. Didn't get no one corrected him either. Surely someone in his ear would have corrected him and said.
Apparently, someone messaged me and said that Josh Reynolds is having a stroke on Triple M trying to pronounce Halangahu. Apparently he was like DWZ trying to pronounce Zlesniak. So yeah,
love that.
Shout out to PS5 Sonny Luke.
Yeah, absolutely. Goal kicking Harry Grant, he's nice. 73.
Not for long.
No,
Jermaine Asako. Oh boy, we will be there.
First player picked in 2020.
$1 million. I don't care what he costs. I'm buying Jermaine Asako.
Yeah, absolutely. And 360k Jermaine Hopgood. It's a year for Jermaines next year. Just get them all. Get all the Jermaines.
400k Tino when Josh Hannah gets sacked.
Yes, true.
Yep.
Good call. Suafalongo continues to be very good at football. He is the guy though that would frustrate the living shit out of you after 65 minutes, and you're thinking, "Fuck, I've cooked this." As your captain, as your captain, you're looking at his score, and he's on 55 with 15 minutes to go, and he just always turns out points in the second half. Sonny Luke, I think I saw Aman put a photo up of what was it? Kobe, when Kobe Bryant bites on his jersey, and oh jeez, hang on, we've got to read this. It's thanks again, Cameron, for the super chat. I'm gonna be setting up a GoFundMe for Marnie's Chinese language classes. Shout out to whoever has to do that job.
Can I tell you something? As somebody who's never worked for Qantas, Cowboys are the team that's closest to China than any other team in the NRL. So,
can you imagine? Speaking of 6 p.m. Sunday games, a PNG Chiefs versus the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's going to be a good time.
Bring back
Yeah,
Monday Night Footy. When we
Marnie
have, like,
might be there.
Yes.
bring back 8 p.m. Monday.
I feel like that's a really
love
unpopular
Monday
take.
night games.
No, everyone
don't
hates
know.
Monday Night Footy. I don't know why. I love it. I love Monday Night
Nah,
Footy.
I love it.
Give me 5 nights a week of football.
Do you know what I'm? Do you know when I'm not doing anything? Monday night.
Can we get rid
Yeah.
of Thursday? I feel like Thursday's such a cock tease. Like one game on a Thursday.
I'll take that. I like Thursday. Thursday's
give me-
my favorite night of the week.
Give me 2 games on Friday. Give me 3 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, 1 on Monday.
Yeah, the 3 o'clock game
Or-
on the Saturday, I'm not really that keen on.
Okay, we'll get rid of that, and we'll just have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
5 days.
Yeah.
That's
what
I'm fine with that. Completely fine with that.
I watch,
all right,
I watch
let's-
NBA, man. I'm used to like 9 games being on a Thursday. So
Let's talk about Sharks Raiders. 34-22. Sharks get the upset at home against the Raiders. Simi Sasangi. Fuck, man. This guy is every week.
His BP is insane right now.
He is elite. He is very, very good. And obviously this is a big reason why Matty Tomoko can't find himself into this team. A few whispers floating around that he'll be on the way out. And fair play, because Simi Sasangi, you can't drop him from that. He's been elite defensively and in attack.
I'm pretty sure they said on Fox that they've said that he can just go find another. Like if he gets another contract, he can just go. So
Yeah. And look, fair enough. I don't blame him. Noah Martin again continues. to
Yeah,
just put
actually,
up scores.
sorry. Can we just this Harry Grant
That
try?
was-
that
this
might have
is
been the best pass I've ever seen.
fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
That is absolutely insane. That is just bullshit. Like, it is just crazy. He is so good. It is fucking unfair that these guys had Cameron Smith for 20 years and then they get Harry Grant. It's just bullshit. Like, he is so good. He could be better than Cameron Smith. Genuinely, what he does at the ruck is just cooked.
And you know what? Even as a Tigers supporter, I can appreciate that we had him for a little bit less than a season. Like that's nice.
He would have stayed. Apparently, he would have stayed if they gave Cheese the role, and I'm praying that they did. Why couldn't they just say, you know what, Brandon Smith, you can be our 9?
Jesus.
Brandon Smith
Harry
can't
Grant
even
is
get a
fine.
starting role for the Rabbitohs. At the
No.
moment.
Hang on. There was a time. This was before you guys were around. It was the COVID year when Cheese had these like generational season, and people were saying that like he is better than Grant, and people were like genuinely saying that he's better than Grant. I was like, are you fucking stupid? Because like, it just pisses me off. Because Harry Grant is just he'll be an immortal.
Yeah, I agree. Noah Martin continues to churn out base. Thankfully, no risk there for him. Keep playing him every single week until he tops out at 650k. That's going to be a nice little cash grab for us. But otherwise, yeah, Raiders were a team.
Ask a football question. What does Corey Horsburgh offer? And can people let me know, like, what does he do? And like, it's the same with like Jack G. Like, what do they do to get picked? Because like, I feel like Corey Horsburgh is a more hindrance to his team than he's a positive. I don't get it.
Yeah. I think he's just that kind of I don't know. I suppose they've got a few of those guys anyway. They don't really need another aggressive type. Like Joey Tarpany's and likes to throw hands probably more than anybody else in that team anyway. You're just angry for no reason, Corey Horsburgh.
Benno James just said he represents Gingers in NRL.
That's
Fair
exactly
enough.
why we still have Alex Twal on the bench at the Tigers.
But Hudson Young's so much better.
Alex
than
Seyfarth.
He gets the
he's
boys
not even
going.
the best.
Okay.
He's not even the best ranger on his team.
Who?
Are you calling who'd you call a ranger?
You
Hudson
couldn't
Young.
just-
Hudson Young? He's a ranger, isn't he?
No.
Nah.
Come on. What are we doing?
Oh,
Anyway.
he's got a tinge of the ginge. Did you know? I just got thinking once you guys were saying that Harry Grant could get named an immortal. You know, there's never been an immortal that's been a hooker. Yeah.
Oh, there will be in about 20 years because it'll be H. Grant because he is very good.
Yeah, he's
Supercoach comes at you fast, Brad Trindle with a 95 after doing nothing. And this is what Trindle does. I can't wait to talk about him on Wednesday in the Buy, Hold and Sell when he's in the top 10 most bought. Probably by the same people that bought him and then sold him. Nico Hines. Nico Hines with 100. A pretty effortless 100 as well. Like it's, yeah, I got to do what I can to get off Atkinson and get on to Hines because Hines is good at football. And Will Kennedy, 80 points. That probably says to you where this game was. Also,
Shout out.
3 of the first 4 tries were scored by back rowers with a combined average of about fucking 3%. Why couldn't the bloke that was at average owned by about 6% of the game score? Fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Shout out to Calero, who finally scored a try this week as well. Everyone just expects him to shit out tries every single game because that's what he did last year. So, but it's the rule of averages. It's the law of averages. Like he scored every game last year, which means he's barely going to score it all this year. That's just the way that it works. But
Also, the
67 with a
67
try.
with a try and a line break is kind of shit. With
It's like
for
47.
Euro.
47 BP.
No,
Kind of.
and the rest.
Oh no, 40 BP.
A try is generally 29 points with one tackle bust.
Yeah, so 40, 38 in
Take
BP.
off 30 points, so 38 points
37.
BP, which is kind of bad for Euro.
Yeah, definitely lower than what you would expect. But anyway.
And Jesse Colquhoun with the most bullshit of tries, so well done to owners.
Yeah.
And this last game, mate,
Well
this last game was a game.
That I've seen.
It was
This was a game of two teams. This was the embodiment of Sunday 6 p.m. at Seabus.
It was. It was gross. So gross that I usually, when I'm putting the kids to bed, I'll like keep it on my phone and I'll watch like the game on my phone as I'm kind of playing toys and reading books and whatever. I didn't even bother. I didn't even bother having it on my phone. I watched the second half and I still kind of regret watching that second half. But I was death riding a Keanu Keeney, any sort of Keanu Keeney score, so that I could get the crown from Mattrix, and thankfully it came through. So that's the only reason I watched this game.
Scooshy. Thanks, episode, guys. Cracking 7 games this week.
Yeah. It feels like it should be. But
someone's in the chat. How Aramaho definitely not getting a knee how? Absolutely not. No knee how for Aramaho. Stands up
He's
when we
better
need
than
him
the
most.
hoe bag this week.
This is up there with Denny Levi when he scored a good score. You know, there are guys that have generational SuperCoach games when you need them most. I remember Liam Henry for Aman and I scored about 80 points one week when we were in an origin period when we had no front rowers, and he scored about 85. We love that. And this is another one. You know, when the chips are down and out, everyone's just looking to their bench. You know, you're just looking down to see who's left, and you've got Aramaho, and you're like, fine, get in, and just rips out a 116. What a
He's
guy.
so good. And you know what I love about Aramaho is that he dummied a one-on-one with the fullback and
With
went
Keanu
himself.
Keeney, one of the most fastest men in the league against Guppo,
Yeah.
who just burned. He's like, nah.
So good.
Just-
Couldn't have
I
been
know you
happier as
guys
a non-owner.
don't owe Kenny.
How frustrated were you?
Fuck, man. That was like, the kids were in the bath. I was watching it. I was yelling at the phone. And I nearly drowned on my phone this day.
Yeah.
Is it copium? Like, I'm not a Keeney owner, so like, tell me how frustrating he is. But like, I feel like he always scores 60 doing nothing. Like, is it a case of like, oh, what if he does well, or are you just like off him?
I mean, like, he hasn't been bad enough to be worthy of a trade. And I believe I've probably done less trades than you guys this year. So like, I'm okay with it. But like, genuinely, like, there's never a good matchup for the Titans. So I think that's my line that I'm drawing in the sand. Like, there's not a good matchup for the Titans. They played the worst team in the comp this week, and they scored 22 points. That's
Is
it.
Shane Flanagan on Nihao watch?
He's been on Nihao watch for fucking 3 years.
No,
Right,
because
he's
he's
still there.
living off the premiership. I just don't. I don't know. Maybe because they're getting Keon next year and they're getting Phil Sami, and I don't know. Anyway, Titans or whatever. Josh Hannay just Tino Fasil Malawi. Like, what are we doing? And I saw Sentinel put up a Tino post. So shout out
The
NRL
movement is
Sentinel.
catching on.
Yep. I'm pissed they won because I was going to whip out my stats again, but they won, so I can't. As for the Dragons, Hamish Stewart 85, Val Holmes 77, and Damien Cook with a 75 probably tells you what you need to know about this game. Val Holmes 77 with one try assist and one line break assist. So what's that?
That's good.
57 points in non-attack related, which is sick.
But as long as he's in this team, he's going to be a focal point of the attack. So, yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I agree. The Dargans today. That's what they were. They were peak Dargans.
They were the Dargans.
I'm sorry.
I hope
On my-
Carl's already looked cooked.
Yeah, he
On my How'd You Go post, Jemima on Twitter at Jemima0077 posted their score, which is a 1637.
Gee whiz.
She's winning the week.
They are.
Do I just supply bad AFL score?
Yeah.
'Cause that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Bontempelli captain.
What a week
yeah,
this was.
huge.
Look, I'll take 1275. I think I got the clown this week, but 1275. I was ranked 2,300th. I don't expect to see green arrows, but I don't expect to see like generational red ones.
Nah, I
I wish
think
the live rank worked. That would be nice.
it'll work tomorrow morning. So at least you'll be able to look at it for 5 hours
No,
when you wake
tomorrow
up at 7
afternoon.
o'clock tomorrow.
I was gonna say you're brave to assume tomorrow morning when it's like a 11.
No, I mean-
lockout.
Nah, the live rank is accurate come the morning because that's when the final. So it's always accurate in the morning, and then they do their final updates and shit, and then whenever 12 o'clock, 11
What do you mean?
o'clock
Updates
comes
are
in.
done 3 hours after full time, and faster lockout.
Yeah,
And less
See,
confusion.
2 hours.
Yeah, way less confusion. It seems like people are still pretty stoked with the changes anyway. Like no questions about the scoring,
I
thanfully.
shouldn't say
Try
anything. I can't
assists are pretty black and white.
have
So.
a job application pending with News Corp. So I actually love News Corp. Big Rupert Murdoch fan. So actually,
Very good. Very good. All right. That'll do us. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Of course, another round recap in the books. Round 4 is done. Round 5's coming up. Got plenty of content coming your way, as we always do. We've got subscriber surgery that'll be up. 4 more subscriber teams. We'll be diving into them, getting them on the table, and making some changes ahead of what I'm sure will be a change-filled week with some pods available coming up to purchase next week as well. We've got TLT live 8:30 on Tuesday night. Also, the one thing that we didn't mention is how excited, Josh, are you that our times with Mattrix are going to finally line up in like a week?
Finally, I'm sick.
Matty
and
actually
tired.
probably has to sacrifice more than we do. We sit around and wait for Matty, but he has to podcast early while his kids are still getting put to bed. So it's a bit of give and take.
You know what? I'm not going to be thankful. My wife's going to be thankful. So, yeah.
No, it was
for
just
hell, but...
the worst time is the preseason. The second worst time is round 1 when there's no 6 o'clock Sunday game. So there's a 4 o'clock Sunday game, and then it finishes at 6. And then you and I have to fucking live a life for 2.5 hours before we have to come back and record. Because like we're just, when you like book an appointment at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but you feel like your whole morning's ruined because you're like, well, I can't do anything now. That's us. That's me in round 1 of a Sunday when the footy finishes at 6. I'm like, well, I can't like do anything. I can't like get committed to anything. I can't go
I don't
out.
ever do anything anyway, so it doesn't affect me that much. Yeah, I'm just sitting around doing nothing anyway. But
You're like, how you book an appointment at 1 o'clock? No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't book a. What's that? What's an appointment? TLT live Tuesday night. Then Wednesday we've got buy, hold, sell. Thursday captains. Of course, if you want to become a Patreon subscriber and get a bit more from us, like why you should not buy Tom Jenkins, then the link is in the description below. And Tanner Boyd and buy Ruben Cotter. Yeah, some really good advice coming your way. I swear, if I couldn't take the piss out of myself, I'd be depressed. I reckon.
I do that. I'm still depressed, so it's a losing battle.
But plenty of content coming your way, guys. Links are below if you want to get involved and you want a bit more from us. But thanks for tuning in, guys. We will see you tomorrow for subscriber surgery. We'll catch you then.
Cheerio.